So today we'll confirm with the ma'am also.
Is it only LCPA or also CCJ? Hello?
Yeah.
I think it's for CCJ also.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the syllabus today?
Mokshamarga Prakasak, Chapter 7.
Okay. I'm going to switch off the video because I don't think you would like to see somebody who is not cheerful on your screen, actually.
Sure, it's okay, ma'am. Yeah.
You'll evoke the anitya bhavana in us.
No, it's not only Anitya, it's even Asharanatva. Yeah, even the medicines are not giving you Sharan, actually. It is.
True.
So you just have to take it as your karma and carry on. But let's see how bad my karma is.
The other way to look at it, ma'am, actually all your negative things are going off.
So good.
Mahindran said, I'm scared that I hope I haven't accumulated quite a bit for the next life, actually. You know, all this dhyan has come so late in my life. If I had been a little more vigilant earlier, maybe I would have made efforts to reduce the karmas for the next life, next whenever life, Manushya life kind of thing.
We are all in the same situation, ma'am, only at a different levels, and we don't know what is the how much we have the run length.
Yeah, but we have some currency with us that we can use wisely, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah.
The other day, I was attending the Meru program, and in the class, the same topic came up into discussion where they were saying everybody wants to go to Mahavidya Kshetra to take Diksha and go to Moksha. The teacher was explaining very well. She said, in current scenario, you're looking at maximum of 100 years of life, of which you might be left with very few on hand. You have better opportunity to get prepared for it here than to go for an extended life in Mahavidya Kshetra and not sure about whether you will be able to take birth in a Jain school as such. So
Maybe sorry, I missed it. Maybe please repeat it, please. Sorry about it.
So the topic of discussion came in as we were talking about Jambudvip.
Yes.
And everybody was saying that we should aim to go to Mahavidya Kshetra to listen to the discourses of Tirthankars and then take Diksha and go to Moksha. That's when she was saying that we are so postponing our desire to attain Samyak that in a small span of life here, where the span of life is probably 100 years, and you may be able to get a very few calculated years to gain the information or to make the decision. You don't want to use that short period of time to destroy your maximum of your karmas, and you're thinking of going to Mahavidya Kshetra where you might be not even assured of becoming Jain there. Forget about going any further than that. So that's so relevant to what Shobha Madam is trying to say now.
So going to Mahavidya Kshetra doesn't mean that we'll be
Jains there.
We'll be in the Jain Dharma and then
Yes.
we will be getting. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So she said even a small attempt here is a massive step anywhere in life.
Yeah.
Jai Jinendra
Jai
ma'am.
Jinendra ma'am.
जय जिनेन्द्र मैम
किसको आप रेफर करके बात कर रहे थे?
मैम मेरू जो क्लास चल रही है ना,
अच्छा 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 अच्छा।
रश्मि आई थिंक रेशमा जी
रेशमा।
मेहता, सो शी वाज टॉक, हम लोग जम्बूद्वीप की बात कर रहे थे, तो
हाँ
शी
हाँ,
वाज
समझ गई
आस्किंग
समझ गई।
ऑडियंस, सो दैट्स व्हेन इट केम इनटू कॉन्टेक्स्ट।
ये ये सब उन्होंने मेजेनोलॉजी में पढ़ा है।
यस यस,
तो
रेफर
मुझे
करती है
याद
वो।
आ। कैसी चल रही है क्लास मेरू?
क्लास अच्छी चल रही है मैम, लेकिन बहुत इंट्रोडक्टरी स्टेज पर है, इसीलिए आई फाइंड कि जो डायरेक्शन मैं उसमें से ढूंढ रहा था वो शायद नहीं मिल पा रही है मुझे, बट
वहां पर तो स्टैटिस्टिक्स है,
हम्म,
डिटेल्स है, बाकी तो अपने को ही उसका अर्थ निकालना है।
हाँ,
दूसरे
लाइक वीतराग,
ग्रंथ की
यानी
स्टडी से
वैराग्य
अर्थ
की
निकाल।
दृष्टि से, हाँ।
वो अगर वहां डालेंगे तो वो कर्णानुयोग कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाएंगे, वो डिटेल्स वहां
राइट,
पर आ नहीं पाएगा।
नहीं पाएगा, ओके।
है ना? वहां पे डिटेलिंग है, स्टैटिस्टिक्स है,
यप,
वो मेजरमेंट्स है, वो वहां पर ले लेना है। उसका
राइट,
ये इंटरप्रिटेशन वो अपने उपयोग से अपने को लगाना।
ओके,
है ना? वहां पर वो बताना उनका उद्देश्य नहीं है। हाँ, 1 घंटा बोलने के बाद 5 मिनट्स उसके बारे में बोल सकते हैं।
हम्म,
हाँ,
यप,
बस। ठीक है। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1 to 100 कोई
हम्म,
पढ़ा रहा है, तो उसको इतना समझना है कि ये इनफाइनाइट है
हम्म,
और मेरे उपयोग में ये सब जानने में आ रहा है।
राइट,
तो मुझे मेरे उपयोग को देखना है। वो दिखाने वहां लग जाएंगे तो वो जो डिटेल्स अवेलेबल है वो करा नहीं पाएंगे, तो वहां
राइट,
का उद्देश्य ही अलग है।
राइट,
चलिए, जय जिनेन्द्र सभी को। मंगलाचरण हो गया?
जी मैम।
ओके, चलो। कोई डाउट्स, क्वेश्चंस, किसी को कुछ कहना है? एनीबडी वांट्स टू से समथिंग regarding the exams, papers, portions? Today we are starting third paper. We have completed book 2.
Yeah.
I mean, paper 2 we have completed.
Yep.
Yes. So what is your third paper? Mokshamarga Prakasak.
Chapter
So
7.
back to the book. Back to
Yeah.
the great book. The great book. And before we start the chapter, I will request you all to come to the index. I'll request you to go to the content page. Let us quickly see the context of this. I mean, the place where this chapter is kept. Let us quickly review it. The place. So, first of all, as the title of the book goes, Mokshamarga Prakasak. Prakash means light. Prakashak means that which highlights or enlightens us about the Mokshamarga. It is throwing light. Enough. So here, how many chapters are there? 9 chapters. I don't want to sound like an open book examiner, but the first chapter was all about Manglacharan, qualities of a Shrota, qualities of a Vakta, qualities of Panch Parmeshti, and how authentic this book is. What are the references for writing this book? The purpose of writing the book. Clear, Mahendran sir? Why
Yes,
all
ma'am.
this is told in the first chapter.
Yeah.
Then in the second chapter, he says that uh, the beginningless state of the world and the beginningless association of the jiva with karma, and then how they both are different and how they both are together, right? Jiva and karma, basically jiva and karma. And then what are the causes of bondage? What is the cause of suffering? And a sansar avastha, why we are the way we are. है ना? So all those questions he took up, and then because of the karma uday, what all is happening to the jiva, and because of the 4 gati, what all is happening to the jiva, and what is the nature of suffering, all that was told in chapter 2 and 3. And then in 3 he told that what is the very beautiful analysis he gave about desires, how the desires propel our 4 gati, transmigration in the 4 gati, and how we can be desireless, and from where these desires spring. Everything very beautifully, psychologically. He's analyzed all that in chapter 3, along with each and every karma state, how the mind works and how the jiva functions, etc. etc. Then in fourth chapter, he spoke about Mithya Darshan Gnan Charitra, That is the cause of suffering, and that itself is suffering. Okay. And then he gives the why this mithyatva is there. We don't understand the seven tattvas, reality as they are, and then from where this ishta, anishta, buddhi. So each and every aspect of mokshamarga, that is opposite of mokshamarga is mithya darshan gnan charitra, is analyzed in chapter 4. Then in chapter 5, which is not there in our syllabus, he talks about other philosophies. The Sankhya, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, Mimamsa, Charvak, Buddhism, all these philosophies he discusses. And then he has also thrown light on the Shvetamba tradition. What are the limitations of the Shvetamba tradition? And all that he's told in chapter 5. Then he comes to chapter 6 and he says that how we remain how we have the faith in Ku Dev, Ku Guru, and Ku Dharma, in spite of reading so much, knowing so much, yet we hang on to some external person, that he will help us, he will guide us, we have to surrender to him. So all these kind of false beliefs is addressed in the chapter 6. Ku Dev, Ku Guru, Ku Dharma, all the Mudata, Muda Nambike that we have in all these things, he is addressed. Nambike means beliefs. Tamil mein Muda Nambike matlab Mood Shraddha. Now, in chapter 7, he is going to inform us about, as Jains, even though we may not be having Ku Dev, Ku Guru, Ku Dharma Shraddha, but listening to the Vyavhar, Nishchay, and all this deep spirituality, where all the flaws of Mithyatva remain. That is the content of chapter 7. Right? Jaina Mithya Drishtiyon ka Vivechan. Naam se we all are Jain. Naam se we all are Jain, but are we truly Jain? That is what we have to ask ourselves throughout this chapter. And then in 8th chapter, he will tell us about the methodology by which we have to study the agamas, the anuyogas, and a glimpse of which you have already studied in your Tattva Gyan Patmala or Vitrag Vigyan, where there you have already got a glimpse of the Sat Tattva mein Bhool and 4 Anuyog, their small chapters mein in capsule forms they gave over there. Detailing and all is given over here. And then the Mokshamarga that begins in 9th chapter. And as he was about to start it, he had just started about the Samyak Darshan, ke Bhed, Ang, and the doshas, which you have studied in Purshad Siddhyupai. He started with it and then he was taken away and he was killed. Clear? So this whole text of Mokshamarga Prakasak is a prelude to the Jain philosophy that you have studied in Purshad Siddhyupai and you studied in, we have grown up reading and studying, right? But until and unless we examine the fine points that is told in 1 to 8 chapter, our methodology of studying Jainism is not factual. It is very, very primitive or very, very irrational way of looking at things, I guess. Clear? Irrational. No, so if you have studied all of Jainism all your life, then it is but what to say? It is to be understood that these 8 chapters are applied. If not, now you read them and now you apply them and now you revisit the Jain studies and then you will get a deeper meaning to it. Clear? Got it? Chalo,
Yes,
with this,
ma'am.
whole framework, this is the framework of the book. And now we are going to stick to chapter 7. How many pages? 180, 193 to 230, 267. That comes to around 70 pages, 74 pages. And how many days, how many hours we have? How many hours we have? November and December mila karke 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 plus 8, 16 hours. 16 hours. So 70 divided by 16. How much? How much? How much? Bolo,
About
one calculation.
About 15, ma'am.
No. 70 pages divided by 16.
Yeah.
5
5
pages
Less than
5.
five, yeah, less than
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
per hour.
Per
Per
day.
hour, 5 pages.
Per hour is, yeah, per hour is, yeah.
Less than 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Per hour, 5 pages. So in a class, we should be completing 10 pages.
Yeah.
So in 8 classes, we'll complete around 80 pages. Clear? Okay. So don't expect me to read every line of it, but I expect each one of you to read every line of it. Right? I want you all to know each and every line, read systematically. I will only give a summary, and wherever possible, I will read out some portions. Clear? Clear? Okay. Yes, Saurabh, boliye. You want to say something?
Sorry, I just wanted to start with a question here. I'm not sure whether it will lead to the discussion going further. But my question is, on one hand, we have been classified as Vakrajad Mati people in this era. On the other hand, the subject that is being discussed here, it's taking into the intrigue a very deeper part of Jainism, where everything else is being considered as either Shastra, Dev, Dharma. Given the kind of scenario we are currently going through in our social life, do we not see this as becoming an weapon for such people to even spread hatred amongst the community itself?
Very good. Listen to me. Nice question and a very cautious one.
Yeah.
You can spotlight my video if you want. And yeah, it's live recording. See here, no Vyakti is Kudev, Kuguru or Kudharma. It's our Manyata. Right?
Yeah.
हम तो सब में भगवान आत्मा देखते हैं. हमें किसी से कोई वैर नहीं है. हमें में सबे जीवा. है ना? So the false manyata that we have, that has to be broken up.
Yeah.
And not nurture any enmity or hatred for anybody.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tell them that you are Kudev, Kuguru, Kudharma. That is
Yeah.
the biggest violence you're doing to yourself.
Yeah.
That point should be clear.
True.
Clear.
Which is what you've done very well in the previous class when we were discussing. But what I think is when I was revisiting those chapters before I started on this, it's not that the intention of the author comes out to discriminate against anyone, but the examples so set to make the point clear. For a Vakra person like me, they come out as if he is attacking my own faith in a way. Like the way the system is going now, if I'm seeing more and more hatred messages being even communicated by people at a higher seat of authority, and which makes me think, if I'm trying to understand the logic through a systematic study, even if it's not the intention of the author, is that not how the message is coming to me?
See, first of all, if somebody sitting on a very higher seat is talking like this, you have to understand his abhipraya.
Right.
Right? At the surface, it may be a derogatory mark or something.
Right.
But we may have a greater intention to tell you. First thing.
Right.
Second thing is when there is a common public where
Yeah.
the Jains and non-Jains are there. So these kind of things should not be spoken about.
Right.
These
Right.
kind of things should not be spoken about.
Right.
Third thing is that the word pakhand, no,
Yeah.
very beautiful meaning I got for the word pakhand.
Yeah.
है ना, जो पाप को खंड खंड कर दे,
Right.
वो पाखंड.
Right.
पाप को खंड खंड करा दे, that right faith, that right belief is the right one, है ना? So वो पाखंड. So whether it is the real belief, the true believers or the pseudo believers, they are also talking about पाप को खंड खंड करना.
Right.
But जड़ से uproot करने की बात, this spiritual faith talks.
Okay.
Everything else falls short of it.
Right.
So I don't rely on them.
Right.
I don't have anything against them. They are also trying to show something.
Yeah.
If I can see the beautiful things in it, I take it.
Yeah.
That's why there's one very beautiful verse which says, Pakshapato na me veere, na dvesha kapiladishu, yukti mad vachanam yasya, tasya karya parigraha. That means I have no bias for Mahavir and I have no hatred for Kapiladi. Kapiladi means the propounders of other philosophies. Kapil
Yeah.
is the one who propounded the Sankhya philosophy. Like that, you have Gautam, Jaimini, and other people who propounded other. I have no hatred for them. Okay? But Yukti Yukt, whoever has told the right thing, I accept it. Parigra means I accept it. Yukti mad vachanam yasya. Jiska bhi vachan is yukti yukt, I accept it. So there's no question of nurturing any hatred for anybody.
Yeah. Got it, ma'am.
है ना? So यहाँ पर you can include Christianity, Islam, anybody, any
Yeah.
follower. I have no partiality for Mahavir and I have no hatred or enmity or any kind of things for others. I don't
Right.
see mine and others. I see everybody as pure soul. And whoever helps me to understand the pure soul, I accept that thought.
Right.
You need not accept the person. You need not accept Mahavir. You need not accept Rishabh. They never want you to accept them. They want you to accept your own pure soul. That's all.
Yeah. Got it, ma'am. Thank
Got
you.
it?
Thank you,
Hmm.
ma'am. Thank you.
Chal. So, and your Jambudvip note that you were making in the beginning of the class, if I can add one thought over there.
Sure.
What you all told was okay, but there is one thing जिससे बात बननी चाहिए. आपने जो बताया वो discussion है, but उसका निचोड़ क्या? Like you have the fruit and the juice is the essence of it. Like that, any thought you give, you should always give the essence of it ultimately, जिससे कि एक step हम आगे जा सके.
Yeah.
One step we can proceed. And please call Bharat Bhai, no?
I think they are all trying to connect in, not able
Yeah,
to
I'm
connect.
trying to call Kapil, ma'am.
Why?
He started the meeting. Yeah, so he's the host now. So today I tried, I couldn't start. So something, my setup is not good. So I'll try to call him and make me and yourself co-host, ma'am. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Bharat Bhai should be.
Yeah,
called
Bharat and
every
Paras
class.
and Bharat, Paras and Rita ji, all of them are waiting to be let in.
Oh my God. Okay. Chalo. So they have missed the important discussion. Okay, no problem. So your Jambudvip thing, if I can quickly say, like when you say that I'll go to Mahavidya Kshetra and then do this, do that, whatever. That means now you are not interested in it. You're not interested in it. There is no guarantee that you'll go there and get interested in it. So whether you can take Sayyam here or not, but ये संयम लेने लायक है, वो श्रद्धा पक्की करो, है ना? वो श्रद्धा आएगी जब आत्मा का निर्णय होगा.
Yeah.
तो आत्मा का निर्णय करो बस, है ना?
Yeah.
तो आत्मा के निर्णय में संयम का निर्णय हो जाता है, गर्भित है ना?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
Thank
is
you.
one thing. Yeah. So all of you take 7th chapter, take the Manglacharan, very beautiful Manglacharan, and all of you try to memorize it. इस भवतरु का मूल एक जानहु मिथ्या भाव, ताकौ करि निर्मूल अब करिए मोक्ष उपाय, रे चेतन करिए मोक्ष उपाय. Upav means upay. What he is telling is the root cause, bhava taru. Bhava means rebirth. Taru means tree. The root of the tree of rebirth, janahu, jano, is mithya bhav. भाव है, ये भाव है. ठीक है? And ताको, ताको मतलब उसको, है ना? Uproot it, निर्मूल. निर्मूल मतलब जड़ से remove it, uproot it. Okay? And
Understand the मोक्ष का उपाय और उसको करो, करिए. Take to the ways by which you can be liberated, enlightened, uplifted, evolved. Right? 4 words I've used for moksha. Enlightened, uplifted, evolution. So we are all in the evolutionary cycle. But are we in the evolutionary cycle of the soul? Darwin's theory that man evolved from apes and all those kind of things. So not in the literal sense from apes. The Jain interpretation of Darwin's theory is that we all in our Purva Bhav were like Tiryansh, that monkey mind. So from there we have come to this human form. Not कि monkey से हम human बने. This is how I look at Darwin's theory. Though he doesn't mean that. He says humans were all that. I don't want to go into that. Okay, chal. So this is the meaning of the Mangalacharan. Now let us begin with the chapter. So page number 193. He says that those people who are Jain and believe that they are the followers of Jain Agya, still the remains of Mithyatva remain. है ना? Ruins बोलते हैं ना? जैसे कोई मर जाता है उसके अवशेष रह जाते हैं. तो ऐसे even though we are Jains, we still have very deep rooted mithyatva. So that I am going to tell you. Why? Because even an iota of mithyatva is very, very dangerous. Because even an iota of, supposing I have made a lot of kheer and I have just added a pinch of poison. So will you consume that kheer? No. Likewise, how much of a righteousness, religious activities you do, that is like the kheer. But that pinch of mithyatva, that all that activities will not be conducive for moksha. They'll only keep you in samsar. So how much of kheer is there? With that punya, you'll go to Devlok. And with that poison of mithyatva, you'll go back to Nigur. Right? So this is the transmigratory picture. So then he says that sukshma mithyatva bhi, you have to remove it. Uproot it means completely jad se usko nikalna. And then he says that the entire Jain philosophy is written from Nishchay Vyavhar perspective. So what is Nishchay? Reality is Nishchay and formal way of talking is Vyavhar. And those who don't know this Nishchay and Vyavhar correctly as it is, those who don't know to use the Naya Chakra will have these kinds of mithyatva. Even though they know the Naya Chakra, they know the Nayas, but they don't know to apply it correctly, means there will be 3-4 kinds of mithyatva. Under each one, again, few kinds will be there. So first is Nishchaya Bhasi mithyatva. So I'll come to the content page again, and there you will see this chapter mein. You have Nishchaya Bhasi Mithya Drishti, then Vyavara Bhasi Mithya Drishti, and then Ubhaya Bhasi Mithya Drishti, and Samyaktva Sanmukh Mithya Drishti. Okay, one who is about to get Samyak Darshan, before that, these are all the things that will be in the mind. So if these are there, that means Mithyatva is there. So Samyak Darshan Gnan Charitra, we are not ready for it. So learn them, understand them, and remove them from your mind. And a physical life, you don't have to do anything. Only everything, all correction has to happen in our understanding. So correct your understanding. समझो अपनी समझ को. बस अपनी समझ को ही अपने को ठीक करना है. ठीक है? चल. So this is the introduction. Now coming to Nishchaya Bhasi. What is the meaning of the word Abhas? There are two things. Hetu, Hetva Bhas. Hetu, Hetva Bhas. Hetu means it looks like a solid reason. It looks like a reason, but it is not a reason. है ना? हेतु जैसा लगता है लेकिन है नहीं. Likewise, निश्चय जैसा लगता है नहीं. आभास मीन्स तोनदल. तोनदल तमिल में बोलेंगे तोनदल. ऐसा लगता है बट है नहीं. है ना? Like I feel it is going to rain today, but it doesn't rain. Likewise, I feel I have got Samyak Darshan, but I may not have got it. So if I'm under that illusion that I have got it, then I'm doing more harm to myself than to anybody else. है ना? When you criticize somebody or when you tell somebody to something, you don't go to Nigot. You'll get some pap karma, you may 2, 3, 4 bhav, 7, 8 bhav, 10 bhav bigdenge. But when you don't remove this mithyatva, when you don't analyze the things very finely, then who is to lose? Who is harmed? The soul only. Okay, so here, many, now he's coming and telling that many people have got the knowledge of Nishchay, but they don't know it as it is. So they have the Nishchaya Abhas and they believe that they are on Mokshamarga, but whereas actually they are not on Mokshamarga, they are Pratyaksha Sansari. They are Pratyaksha Sansari. Under that, the first fallacy, and these 4 are fallacies. Enough. Mithyatva is all fallacy. So under these 4, the first one is Nishchayabhas. Under Nishchayabhas, now come the 4 fallacies. 4 thoughts. Write down if you want. The first thing is the Jeev thinks that he is like Siddha Bhagwan. He is Siddha. Siddha ke saman anubhav karta hai. Second thing is he believes like he's Keval Gyani. Third, he believes he's not the doer of Ragdvesh, even though he's doing Ragdvesh. And fourth, he says he's got no bandha. Now, all these 4 statements are relatively true. But when you take to them absolutely, they are false. Right? Apeksha say all these 4 statements are true. The pure soul is like Siddha Bhagwan, like Keval Gyani, like with not the doer of Raga Dvesha, and not having any bandha, but relatively. But if you remove the word relatively and you take it as absolutely, then they are all false statements. The same our example of the elephant, and the 6 blind men. Each blind person's perspective of the part of the elephant is true. But each one's perspective of the whole elephant is not true. Right? So these 4 statements are relatively true. But when you consider this one aspect as the whole truth, it becomes a false truth. Am I loud and clear? Mahindran sir, are you able to follow? Umeshini, can somebody repeat what I told Minoti? Minoti, Shobha, Rita, Ram, where are you all? Video बंद करके रखने का सौगन है सबको.
Ma'am, I'm not.
Just now I joined, ma'am. Just now I got the link, man. Still.
I didn't want to show my face while I'm looking so sad, ma'am. So that's why I didn't.
What happened? Why are you sad?
Ma'am, I've been having vertigo for the past 3 days. And
what you're having?
Vertigo. The world spins around me, and if I move my head even 1 degree, I'm on a merry-go-round actually. So.
Why a doctor should suffer? A doctor should only heal.
Doctor is also a
human being, no? How can she experience the disease, madam?
I don't have to experience all the diseases in the world to heal, Ram sir. Please, thank you.
Not like that.
And so what you said was there are 4 in Mithyatva. There are 4 fallacies. One in which he thinks he himself is
4
Siddha.
kinds.
4 kinds
Mithyatva
of fallacy.
itself means fallacy. So broadly 4 main fallacies.
So in that, the first one is he thinks he is a Siddha. And the other thing is he thinks he's got Keval Gyan. And he thinks that he does not have Rag and Dvesh. And the 4th thing is he doesn't have any bandha.
Very good. Correct.
And
so these are
relatively probably true, but absolutely they are all false actually. He doesn't have any of these, but he thinks he has.
So these are not the four main fallacies. These are the four of the first kind of main fallacy.
Hmm.
Nishchayabhas mein subtypes are four. Okay. So Nishchayabhas, Vyavaharabhas, Ubhaya. Ubhaya means both. It's a very interesting chapter. Okay. Yes, anybody wants to say anything? Can you repeat what I told? All of you, please. Bolo. Nobody. Umeshini. Say something, Umeshini.
Yeah. He thinks that in Nishtaya Bhasi Nithyatvam, Jiva thinks that he's a Keval Bhagavan. He believes that he's a Siddha Bhagavan and Rag Dvesh is not there with him. And he believes that there is no Bandha. But that is only partially true. It's not absolutely true.
Relatively true.
Okay.
But he considers it as absolutely. So even though he's saying the right things, the false belief remains. Only a Jain can talk, no, I'm like a Siddha Bhagwan, I'm Keval Gyani. He studied Jainism. So too much of Samaysar, hai na? But he missed the very fine point of relatively. Samaysar he understood, but not the way it should be understood. Samaysar talks about all these things, no? That Atma is Gyayak, Atma is like Siddha Bhagwan, Atma is Paripurna, etc., not the doer, etc., etc. So that uska nasha ho gaya usko. And he says no ragadvesha, but he's continuing to do ragadvesha with the false belief. He's got no bandha, but he's always doing things of bandha only. Right? So externally, whether it is a samyak drishti or mithya drishti, they will continue to act the way in raga, dvesha, bandha till that right gunasthan comes where they go beyond raga, dvesha, all that. है ना? तब तक सब बंद रहेगा. But the understanding has become clear. So that is the place where it is samyak darshan and mithya darshan. है ना? When it is right, it is samyak. Otherwise, it is all pakhand. It's all not that pakhand, paap ko khand khand karne wala. And when you apply the rationality, when you apply the Naya Chakra correctly, you become a real pakhand. Paap ko khand khand karne wala pakhand. Otherwise, we remain a pseudo practitioner. So that is pakhandi. We ourselves are pakhandi. बाकी लोगों को बोलना नहीं है, अपने को कुछ नहीं बोलना है. Very, very careful we have to be when we talk in public. Right?
Yeah. So can we also say, because of this false belief, Mithya Drishti will do anything, with his wrong. He will do more damages, more pop compared to the Samyak Drishti, who may do something similar, but it is because of his, practical, Vyavahar mein what he is supposed to do, he will do it. But he will not go and do beyond what he is supposed to do. Like a father, he can do his duties for a child, but he will not do anything beyond that.
Correct. So he may be a Chakravarti and be doing the duty of a Chakravarti, also fighting battles with the Samyak Darshan.
Yeah.
And with all these mithyatva, even if he is a Muni, then he is liable for punishment. See, both will get punishment. The Samyak Drishti who is fighting battles will get the punishment of very mild karma. Mild matlab apratyakyan, pratyakyan, sanjvalan karma. Whereas a Muni who has not checked the mithyatva, why we say Muni? That even a Muni, that means we all are included in that.
Yeah.
Even if a Muni is taking to the great practices laid down in Jainism, but he has failed to check these fallacies, then he is doing more harm to himself. He is not harming any ant also. Whereas a Samyak Drishti is fighting battles, he is killing people. Here no killing is happening. But Jainism says that killing is minimal, this killing is This killing, matlab, this mithyatva is greater violence than that killing. Who will tell you
Wow.
this? Other people will call that as sin and violence and all that. But Jainism will say, if that has to be taken up, take it up. But this should be checked in the first place. You can't take to Sanyam, you can't take to Indriya Nigra, you can't take to fasting. But at least all these are worth taking up. That thought will come when this deep-rooted mithyatva is gone. So that thought will destroy the charitra mohaniya karma, and then samyak charitra also emerges. So samyak darshan means not just samyak darshan. It is inclusive of right faith towards the soul and towards every aspect of life and living and universe. You've got the right way of looking at everything. Right way of looking at everything means everything. You understand? Samyak darshan means it's not a practice, it's a great way of correcting our irrationality and becoming truly rational and truly humane and then truly spiritual, and then the divinity is experienced the way it is. Clear? Okay, chal.
Ma'am, I have one question, ma'am, regarding this.
Hmm.
I mean, both Bharat Chakravarti and Shrenik Rajan got Samyak Darshan. One got moksha in his own birth. The other went to Narak. Why, ma'am?
Because he had bound the Naragati ka Ayushya, no? So he
But
cannot
Bharat
take to
Chakravarti
Charitra.
also fought. He fought his own brother and everything. So he
But
didn't.
he had not bound the Naragati ka band. He was with total udasin bhav. He was doing the battle fighting because of the karma uday. The karma uday was such. The Bhogavali karma was there. So he had to experience that Chakravarti hood. But he was always alert and careful, even in that state of mind. In the palace. He was udasin. He wanted to renounce, but he could not renounce. But Shrenik Raja was a false believer before. When he understood things, it was too late. By that time, he had bound the Naragati ka Ayushya, and then he got the Kshaik Samyak Darshan. Got it?
Yeah, ma'am. But when he fought his brother Bahubali, it was not Bhohavali karma. It's Lob, na?
Yes. So Lob remains till 10th Gunasthan, no?
But that's
Lob will
Sanjal
be.
and Lob, yeah? That going and fighting and putting
That's
his.
what I said. That Chakravarti, why only Bahubali? He fights so many battles. Shantinath, Kuntunath, Arenath, go and read the Puranas. How many battles a Chakravarti fights? And a Samyak Drishti, Tirthankar banne wala Chakravarti is fighting the battles. It is justified in the Bhumika in which they are. They are all in the 4th Gunasthan. No, they are not in the 5th, 6th Gunasthan where they will not take to any violence. See, one very simple thing I'll tell you. You and I, we all know we should not get angry. But we get angry or not. We lose temper or not. So when the karma uday is so powerful that even though you don't want to get angry, you get angry. Right? You and I know na, we should not get angry. You and I know na, that we should not enjoy the material things. We should not be in sansar. We know na. Then why we are not going in the Atma and becoming ascetics and becoming detached and getting Keval Gyan right now? So it's two things. Two things. Either one, we are experiencing the fruit of our past karma, or we are binding new karma. We don't know which is making us do things. Only a Kevli Bhagwan can tell.
So if it is the uday of past karma, when you know that you shouldn't be getting angry, you don't bind any karmas at that time.
You will bind only the 3 Kashai Chokdi wala, not the Anantanu Bandi wala.
Okay.
You don't take Sanyam, you don't take ascetic hood. But it is worth taking. That attitude is very clear. Without that, there is no moksha. Sanyam lene jaisa hai, that firm belief has come है ना, सम्यक दर्शन में.
Mm.
Then you, even though you're not taking to Sayam, but the thought that what I'm doing, like I'll give you one small example. I'm taking this class. So it is Sayam or Asayam? Asayam, no? Eating is Sayam or Asayam?
Asayam.
For us, it is all Asayam. But a Muni is on the path of Sayam. Even when he's eating,
Mm.
he's not actually eating. He doesn't consider the soul to be eating. He considers he's a Muni. He considers he's a pure soul, and the pure soul is only a knower and seer. And eating is happening because he has to, vagara, 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 vagara. So even a Mithya Drishti can say, no, that the body is eating, I'm not eating. And he continues to enjoy eating. You understand the fine line of difference between both the people? If I'm
Bhav is
able
the
to
big
make you
difference.
see.
Yeah, the bhav is the big difference.
No, bhav is same for both of them of eating. But the abhipray, the drishti, for one it is the right drishti, for one it is the wrong drishti. One has understood Jainism and he's applying it in his abhipray, everything is corrected. But for mithya drishti, the abhipray means the drishti itself is wrong, flawed. So even though he's talking the right things and refraining from things, it is wrong. See, we are trying to correct things at the Kriya level, at the Parinam level. But Jainism is telling us to correct things at the Abhipray level, intention level, outlook level, Drishti level. When that is corrected, your Parinam, even though it appears to be wrong outside, it is not so wrong. But if your Abhipray is not corrected, even if your Parinam outside is good, it is not so good. Three things keep in mind: Kriya, Parinam, Abhipray. We are more worried about the Kriya and the Parinam. Parinam means the Bhav. But both Kriya and Parinam are not the cause of bondage or liberation. The main culprit is the Abhipray ki bhool, Drishti ki bhool. Okay, that only they are telling us to remove through this chapter. Okay, so it's all not working on anybody else. It is all working on our own self, on our own understanding. How to correct our own understanding and come on the path of moksha. Okay, chal. So they give an example. A human being, two people, a king and a pauper. Both are same. Both are same.
Relatively same.
I mean, both are equal.
They are human beings.
Yes. I know. But a king is a king, a pauper is a pauper.
Yes.
In the same way, Siddha Bhagwan and our Atma both are soul. But Siddha Bhagwan is enjoying the treasure house of the Atma. So he is a king. And we don't know about the treasure. So we are a pauper. Now this pauper is not enjoying the treasure house of the Atma and he's telling, I'm like Siddha Bhagwan. If you're like Siddha Bhagwan, then enjoy the treasure, at least at the Drishti level, at the Gyan level. But he's only heard things, intellectually he's assumed things, but at the Shraddha level, the faith has not yet dawned. Are you able to understand? Huh? So a king is a king, a pauper is pauper. Relatively, both are different. Relatively, both are similar. Both are human beings, no doubt. Likewise, Siddha Bhagwan and our Atma, both are same, no problem. If it is same, if you have understood, then enjoy being that Siddha Bhagwan, no. Enjoy, no, every moment, rejoice in it, no. If you're rejoicing in it, then you have understood the Nishchay viewpoint. But when you're not rejoicing in it and you have assumed that you have understood the pure soul, then the fallacy remains and we remain a mithya drishti. That is the first point that is told through these lines. Let us try to read some lines. So in the Shastra, I'm reading the Hindi and telling in English. In the Shastra, it is told that all jiva are like Siddha Saman. So this is the Dravya Drishti. Pariyai say we are all not like Siddha Bhagwan. We are yet to manifest that inherent divinity through the Dravya Drishti, then in Paryay we are like Siddhapaka. So a seed is a seed, but the tree is hidden in the seed. But the seed cannot claim that I am a tree. If the seed claims that I'm a tree, then the seed should be working on itself and manifesting the tree hidden in it silently. You know? So very, very important lesson. So Raja and Rank. Rank means poor man. He Manushya ki apeksha both are same. But Raja and Rank apeksha say they are different also. The king is not worried about chapati, about bread, butter every day, whereas a pauper has to be worried about these small, small things. So likewise, a mithya drishti will be worried about small, small things in daily life. So understand one thing, if you want, petty things bother only small people. So if small things are bothering us, then understand we are all small people. We are yet to become great. Clear? So stop worrying about small, small things. Jo ho so ho, jo hai so hai. Accept things as they are. I'll give you my example. What happened just last week and how I could see things. I'm doing one course and I was supposed to do a lot of assignments and almost 10-15 assignments I did in 1 month and I submitted everything on the Google Classroom, right? But my system was telling me that all my assignments are handed in. And suddenly I get a mail after all the date and all is over that there are no attachments in your assignments. How many assignments I did? Almost
10.
Almost 30 assignments I've done. Just say the quiz part, no, the Google Forms part was all uploaded. But the assignments where we had to click photo, take doc scanner, scan them, then upload them. So sab handed in bata raha tha. And now we have mentors and everybody taking care of things and all that. And so I really love reading, writing, doing things, taking exams. So very sincerely, even before the due date, I uploaded everything. And then I hear all this. So now what to do? I spoke to my mentor. The mentor is trying to talk to the management, getting things done, vagara, vagara. I tried. Nothing worked out. And then I gave it up. I said, I gave it up. And if it is destined to happen, the marks to come, let it come. If it is destined not to come, let it not come. I'm not the doer of all this. So all this worry is coming because of my Ashubha karma. And my writing skills and my learning skills are coming because of the Kshayopsham Gnan. And these marks coming or not is my Ashubha karma. So everywhere it is the karma that is playing and the Kshayopsham Gnan that is playing. I'm only a knower and seer. Nothing is in my hands. I gave it up. Jo hoga hone do. I don't care. I became so relaxed. I became so peaceful. I became so light. I became so happy. And all the decision fatigue that was here, no, gone. No parigrah here. So that peace was there. I could see the kashai happening. I could see the anxiety happening. I could see the curiosity happening. Everything I was seeing only, no. So I'm a seer, no. You understand? Like that, like this was one example. Like that, there will be umpteen number of examples in each one's life. Sometimes the Shubh Karma will be operating, sometimes the Ashubh Karma will be operating, sometimes the Kshayopsham Gnan is operating, but Atma Kshayopsham Gnan jitna nahi hai. If you're able to learn things, it is again Kshayopsham Gnan. You're not able to learn things, it is your Kshayopsham Gnan. But Atma is Paramparinamik Bhav, not Kshayopsham Bhav, not Kshayik Bhav, not Audayik Bhav. I am that, I am that, I am that. So that day, I felt so happy, like I just wanted to tell everybody that how happy I am. I could see my weaknesses. I could see my worries. I could see my anxiety. Then when I gave it up, I put it on the group also. Jo ho, so ho, madam. I'm only trying to imbibe that spirit of Arhat. I'm here only for that. Everything else is a system, and the system will take care of things. Everything krambad hai. And then finally, I get to hear that all my assignments are checked and all the marks given, except 1 or 2, and they will be resolved in due time. But it was they giving the marks is not so important for me. The learning lesson is more important. The lesson I learned is more valuable for me than the marks. And I respect that person or that energy which has brought this thought in me or helped me in getting this thought. Likewise, we all go through ups and downs, but let us try to understand the inherent uh, pure soul, which is a knower and a seer and a non-doer kind of things. ठीक है? चलो मैं आगे. I
Ma'am,
can only teach my.
whatever you submit, you should have one copy in your folder, madam, so that
No.
helpful in future also.
No,
No.
all copies are there. All copies are there on my doc scanner.
Okay. Then why
They're
not
all there in my note. See, I have my notes.
why not you resend it again then?
Now what they did, they have to open the line again. Allow me to submit again. Which they did, and I submitted, and now they're evaluating.
Good, very good.
Understood. So it's a very nice thing that I'm doing, and it was very beautiful. But for me, the learning lesson is more important than the whole thing that we are doing. Even in Parmagam. See, for me, it's been a journey with all the sampradaya, and everywhere the learning lessons have happened. And I kept evolving. People kept ditching me and pushing me, and I kept pushing myself further. You understand? So thank the people who hurt you. Thank the people who abuse you. Thank the people who try to put you down. Thank the people who don't agree with you. Because there your ragadvesh is being tested. That's why Munis take to all the pratikul environment, to test their endurance, to test their positivity, to test their drishti, gyan and charitra. Darshan, Gnan and Charitra. So everything has to go through a test. Without test, without examination, the lessons are not learnt. And if the lessons are not learned, those kind of examinations, we are not ready. Clear? Rita, समझ में आया? कुछ बोलना चाहते हो, Rita?
Ma'am, I was like, generally we get very worried as to what our kids are doing. We want to push them and all that. फिर कभी-कभी लगता है जो लिखा है वो होएगा. Let's not, push them and get worried unnecessarily. Is that right?
No. I'll tell you one nice thing. If you think as a parent, if you think you are a parent, then you should worry. At the same time, think that you are a pure soul, which is beyond all kinds of worries. As you are worrying, I told you about the two birds, one bird is sitting and eating the fruit, another bird is watching. So as you're worrying, understand that you're not worrying is the other part of you. ये लेके जाओ. Thank you. एक बार उसको check कर लो, Rita को. समझ में आया क्या?
Yes,
I should stop worrying. You are a human being. You are in the first gunastan, and not worrying comes in 7th gunastan. So in first gunastan, you want to take the exam of 7th gunastan? Wrong attempt. You'll fumble and fall.
Okay.
Worry. If you have to worry. At the same time, understand the one who is worrying is the other bird, and the one who is watching is the other bird. You are not this bird. You are that bird. Reinforce the pure soul thought as you worry. The worry will be uprooted. The worry will be uprooted. Worry will be there. But हमें उसको जड़ से निकालना है ना, तो जड़ से निकालने का एक ही उपाय है आत्मभाव. Very beautiful example Pandit ji gave the other day. It goes like this. Just imagine that there is a wound. हाथ पर या कहीं पर you've got a wound. And a wound in which it is full pus is formed. Blood and pus and all kinds of toxins are filled in it. Okay. Now it is filled with it means what will happen? It will come out, no? Futega, bahar aayega. And now, so what is in our person is 8 types of Atma. Gyan Atma is also there, Kashaya Atma is also there. Full है, Kashaya Atma is full है. तो कषाय आत्मा में से बाहर क्या आएगा? कषाय आएगा. Sometimes राग, sometimes द्वेष, sometimes fear, sometimes worry, sometimes anxiety आएगा ना. So वो आ रहा है is a good thing. But you are telling don't come, don't come.
तो फूट के आएगा फिर.
तो वो अंदर जाकर के और बड़ा बनेगा. वो अंदर ही अंदर रहेगा. आपने उस ऊपर को उसको बैंडेज कर दिया कि गुस्सा नहीं करना, बट अंदर ही अंदर वो गुस्सा तो बन रहा है ना. हम उसको नहीं बनने देना चाहते हैं. ये गुस्सा आ रहा है, आने दो. और गुस्सा नहीं आए वैसा भाव तो करो. और वो भाव यही है कि ये जो वुंड है उसका कारण क्या है? द टॉक्सिन्स इनसाइड. और अपने अंदर द टॉक्सिन्स आर मिथ्यात्व. तो वो मिथ्यात्व जाएगा जब आत्मदृष्टि आएगी. और आत्मदृष्टि यानी ये कषाय आत्मा है, ये वरी करने वाला, ये कषाय आत्मा है. एक्सेप्ट इट एज इट इज. ये आश्रव है, ये बंद है, ये पाप भाव है या पुण्य भाव. बच्चे के लिए एंजाइटी है ना, किसी को मारने के लिए तो एंजाइटी नहीं है ना, तो पुण्य भाव है ना. तो पुण्य भाव इज यू और ज्ञाता दृष्टा भाव इज यू. ऐसा निर्णय करो, भेद विज्ञान करो. ओ द ज्ञाता दृष्टा आत्मा इज मी, दिस इज पुण्य भाव. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. So if I think I am Priya, then I will consider all these bhav as mine. But if I think I am a pure soul, I don't consider these bhav as mine. They will come and they will go. But deep rooted nahi banega. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
worry is coming, accept it. No need to go on a guilt trip. Oh my God, I'm studying Parmagam. How can I worry? Worry is permitted. है ना. Having a family, having children, fighting battles, going for business, everything is permitted, but it should be under the boundaries, ethical, moral boundaries. Clear? Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What Jainism is trying to tell us.
Yes, ma'am.
तो वरी हो रहा है, होगा, बट वो लंबा नहीं होगा. लंबा नहीं होगा तो वो अनंत अनुबंधी नहीं होगा. जैसे मेरे केस में when I was not getting through the assignments everything, वरी हुआ बट लंबा नहीं हुआ ना. तो वरी हुआ इस कषाय आत्मा, लंबा नहीं हुआ तो अनंत अनुबंधी नहीं है. अवेयरनेस के साथ मैंने उसको तुरंत चेक कर दिया, तो मेरा कषाय लंबा होना था वो नहीं हुआ, कम में ही रुक गया. और वो लर्निंग री एनफोर्स से मुझे कि हैप्पीनेस हुआ, हीलिंग हुआ. Like that you can give so many examples. All of you can cite so many. एक बुक ही भर जाएगी. In our
Yes, ma'am.
day-to-day life, we go through all these things. 3 things I understood: Ashubh bhav, Shubh bhav, Kshav bhav. These 3 things will come and go in life. But I am not all these 3. I am the 4th one, the pure. You want to make your material world in order. That's good. But at the same time, understand you are not the doer. When it has to happen, it will happen. It doesn't have to happen. It won't happen. You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Siddha Bhagwan in Moksha, he is having Keval Gyan. But the whole universe is chaotic. Somewhere some murder is happening, somewhere Narak is there, somewhere Durgandh is there. So, is he trying to correct everything? No. He can only know and see them. He can't do anything. इसलिए Atma is Anant Shaktiman in knowing and seeing, not Sarva Shaktiman in correcting the world or correcting anything. When what is to happen, that way only it will happen. ऐसे समझ के निश्चिंत होना. And at the same time, whatever role you're playing of a mother or a daughter or a sister or whatever, play that role properly, but understand that you are not the
Not the doer.
character. You are like Shah Rukh Khan is playing the role of a king, but he knows that he's Shah Rukh Khan. He's not a king. The same thing, I'm Priya. I'm not Priya at the same time. यही तो बताना चाहते हैं निश्चय व्यवहार का नए चक्र को चलाना. So and when we did the Naya Chakra guidebook also, we told you one who is not efficient in knowing how to play the Naya Chakra. Chakra is that Sudarshan Chakra kind of thing. No, he can take the Nayas and he can even harm himself. है ना. चक्र अगर एक बंदर के हाथ में एक चक्र दे दो, सुदर्शन चक्र दे दो, and the monkey doesn't know how to use it. It will go and hit itself, no? So that monkey mind has to be arrested. That monkey mind only is the Pakhandi mind. And when that monkey mind becomes the monk mind, it becomes the paap ko khand karne wala Pakhandi mind. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
थोड़ा समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is this the book, ma'am, we are doing now?
Yes. Why this doubt, Rita?
Oh, because I thought I had two books. I said I'll just check. So when
Which
you're
two
reading, I
books?
want to follow. Another
Which two
Mokshamarga,
books?
ma'am. थोड़ा पुराना जैसा है.
क्या है बताइए?
I'll get it and come, ma'am.
But this is the book you have to
Okay,
study.
ma'am.
Okay, shall I go further? If I go like this, no, then in one class I can do only one page. सीमा चाय ले लिया? अंकल अभय जी सीमा को दे दो ना. हाँ हाँ देख लेना उसको. हाँ चलो. So clear? तो सिद्ध संसारी जीवत्व पने से सिद्ध संसारी, whether सिद्ध भगवान की आत्मा और संसारी आत्मा, both are consciousness, both are ज्ञान चेतना, both are अनुभव चेतना, both are pure, both are ज्ञान दर्शन स्वभाव. But one person is experiencing it, so he सिद्ध, उसको सिद्ध कर लिया, उसको साध लिया, he has accomplished it, साधिचिटारे, so he is सिद्ध. We are not doing the sadhana of it, we are only talking about it, or we assume that we are doing sadhana of it, so we remain sansari. Okay, so Siddha Bhagwan are Shuddha, no? But we are going through all Shubh, Ashubh Bhav. So when we are going through Shubh, Ashubh Bhav, we are sansari. And when we experience the pure Bhav, that inch of Siddhapana, we are experiencing. Khand roop mein hua. That should become akhand. है ना? I told something very important. We are going through Shubha Shubh Bhav, and sometimes we visit the Shuddha Bhav in the fourth Gunasthan and in the fifth Gunasthan, and in sixth Gunasthan, seventh, it becomes more vibrant. That time it is Samvar Nirjara Mokshamarga. And when we are not experienced, we are not even acknowledging it, then that is Mithyatva. Or we assume that we have got the experience of it, then also it is Mithyatva, Nishchaya Bhasi, Mithya Drishti. Very fine line, you know. It is like a cat on a hot tin roof. It can jump this side also, it can jump that side. So if your thought is right, you are on the path of moksha. But if that thought is wrong, thought matlab, that idea is wrong, then we are on the sansar. Clear? Samajh mein aa raha hai kya? Very abstract things. Read it again and again. If possible, try to listen to some pravachan on this chapter of Bharil sir or Sanjeev ji Godha or Sumat Prakash ji. You know, listen to some chapters, you know, where they are explaining these lines. Not that I cannot explain, but due to lack of time, I may not be able to explain each and every point or line. But the main point I've told you, now you have to read and explain to yourself. That is what I expect from all of you. Okay. So then he thinks that he is Keval Gyan Adi Swabhav. जैसे सिद्ध भगवान में केवल ज्ञान केवल दर्शन अनंत सुख है ना, so he believes he is also got all that. केवल ज्ञान आकरा नहीं हाँ चाय दे दो. One second. So he thinks he's of that nature of Keval Gyan. But what Gyan he's got? Shayopsham Gnan, Mati Shuddh Gnan. Okay. So Mati Shuddh Gnan, and he's not even got that Shaik Bhav. Because Keval Gnan will come only with Shaik Bhav. And he's got only Shayopsham Bhav. So Siddha saman hai, Siddha nahi hai. Siddha saman hai. Okay, so this is the second Brahm that he has, and he remains a Mithya Drishti. So now in the Shastra, Next page. In the Shastra, it is told that all Jeev are like Siddha Saman, all Jeev are Keval Gyan Swabhav. But from what point of view? From the potential point of view. From the Shakti point of view, we all are like Siddha Bhagwan. But if we don't work on that potential, it doesn't manifest. Until then, we are all not Siddha Bhagwan. So one side we are like Siddha Bhagwan, that pure potential which the Siddha Bhagwan has manifested, that we have to understand that potential is there in all of us and we have to work on it, rejoice in it. Then we are on the path of moksha. You have to rejoice. See, being like Siddha Bhagwan is not important. Rejoicing in that is more important. है ना, आत्मा है वो important नहीं है, आत्मा की महिमा कितनी है. So आत्मा में ज्ञान है, all people will tell. But ज्ञान में कौन है? ज्ञान में आत्मा है क्या? Are you understanding, Ram sir, Malar madam? ஆத்மா में ज्ञान, ஆத்மால ज्ञान இருக்கு, it's understood. But ज्ञानல யார் இருக்கிறாங்க? अगर ज्ञान में, हाँ?
Our thoughts are there in Gyan, ma'am.
And who is there in those thoughts? It's only eating, sleeping, talking, walking, doing. I want moksha, I want this should happen, that should. All vikalp only is there, no? So we are all like the spider in the web. Vikalp, Atma is watching, Atma is nirvikalp. Okay, तो शरीर की अपेक्षा, शक्ति की अपेक्षा, we all are, स्वभाव point of view, we all are like Siddha Bhagwan. But the until and unless the purusharth of experiencing the swabhav is not understood, then we are all not like Siddha Bhagwan. Now, somebody believes, somebody means the Mithya Drishti believes that आत्मा के एक एक प्रदेश में केवल ज्ञान है. Listen, very important point. आत्मा का एक एक प्रदेश is made of ज्ञान 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 ज्ञान. But on that ज्ञान, the avaran is there. The ज्ञानावरण is there. ठीक है, इसलिए वो प्रकट नहीं हो रहा है. This is a wrong statement. आत्मा का एक एक प्रदेश is ज्ञान. When you experience that ज्ञान, it is केवल ज्ञान. You understood? Not until then. So you can say like this, the sun is there and the clouds are here. But you're on the other side of the clouds and you're not able to see the sun. तो वो sun के ऊपर आवरण है. बराबर? So Siddha Bhagwan में all the avaran have gone. Avaran means all the veil is gone. But for us, the veils are there. So we are not able to see the sun. So even though potentially we are like the sun, but when we experience the ray of that sun, only then we can say we are of the Keval Gyan Swabhav. Not until then. Understood what they are trying to say? How? And whereas a Mithya Drishti thinks, whether I experience or not, I am Keval Gyan Swabhav. That is the mistake he makes. So then the author is asking over here, okay, a Keval Gyani can see everything, no? Even if the mountain is there or a building is there or a wall is there, Keval Gyani can see through it. So if you have got that Keval Gyan, then you also see through it. You assume, no, that you have got Keval Gyan. You are like a Keval Gyani. Then you see without reading. Without seeing the TV, you see the TV. Without seeing the mobile, you see the mobile. Without seeing, with Siddha Bhagwan doesn't see and take any instrument to see things. You also be like that. Why you are going through all this if you are a Keval Gnani? You understood the logic?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Bolo.
If that is the case, then व्यवहार में तो we say that केवल ज्ञान manifests when the comparative karmas are destroyed. So how would that logic apply then?
So केवल ज्ञान का मीनिंग क्या लेना?
ज्ञान
ज्ञान जो केवल ज्ञान 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 रूप चलता है वो केवल ज्ञान. समझ में आया?
Yeah.
Just say, for example, there is a mirror and it has the potential to reflect. It has the potential to reflect. But now on the mirror, there is a lot of sand. So the sand can veil the reflection, but not the potential.
Right.
Understood? The sand can veil the reflection. So as long as the sand is there, the mirror cannot see all the things. All the things cannot get reflected in the mirror. No.
Yeah.
Even though the potential is there. So potential way mein that gyan, my gyan also has the capacity to reflect. And it has the capacity to reflect everything without doing anything. But you have to work on that potential for all the sand to go. So you don't have to work on the sand. You have to just work that I am that potential wala Atma. And then the potentiality manifests. Then it is Keval Gyan. But without working on the potentiality, and you assume that you are Keval Gyani nature and you keep seeing things, doing raga dvesha. So it's again your निश्चय का आभास हुआ है, निश्चय नहीं हुआ. அப்படி தோணுது, but இல்ல. सम्यक दर्शन இல்ல. தோணுது that you have understood Atma. समझ में आया? चलो आगे.
Sure.
Okay. So Atma is Keval, but listen to me carefully. Whether the potential to whether a jeev has Keval Gyan or not is immaterial on the path of spirituality. Because Keval Gyan is a fruit of the application of faith in the Paramparinamic Bhav. But if you give more importance to Keval Gyan and not to the Paramparinamic Bhav, then it is Nishchayabhas. You're talking correctly. Keval Gyan Swabhav hai mera, Gyan Swabhav hai mera. And that is Paramparinamic Bhav. And not to worry about Keval Gyan, not to worry about seeing things in Keval Gyan. That is the Vitragata. That is Vitrag Vigyan. But if you're worried about Keval Gyan, why you want Keval Gyan? So that you can see everything in the universe. That means आपको अनंत ज्ञेयों में रुचि है. So your अनंत मिथ्यात्व remains. Why you want Keval Gyan? Because you can see the whole universe. Why you want to see the whole universe? Because you have rag for it. So that is अनंत अनुबंधी rag का भाव. Clear? समझ में आ रहा है क्या? Where is Paras bhai today?
Yes, ma'am. Very much.
समझ में आ रहा है क्या Paras bhai, Bharat bhai?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Can somebody repeat what I told just now? Paras bhai or Bharat bhai? Or anybody else? If you have understood that fine point, can you repeat it so that I will know that you have got it correctly?
Basically, what I've understood is, when you want Keval Gnan, that is actually a kashay.
Very good. Very well said. It's Anantanubandhi Kashai.
Yeah.
More dangerous than killing people on the battlefield.
Absolutely.
Very good. Very good. It's Kashai. Super. Yes, Bharat bhai. आपको क्या समझ में आया?
मेरे को ये समझ में आया कि केवल ज्ञान ही है. केवल ज्ञान के लिए don't look for it, just work on it, don't expect that you want to get moksha.
Correct. So you have to work on the pure soul swabhav.
Yes.
So please, all of you read this book, Pure Soul and its Infinite Treasure by Dr. Jayantilal Jain. 1008 qualities of pure soul, 47 shaktis of the pure soul in very beautiful English. Everything is told. I have edited it and presented to all in the class at the department. I think this book should be there for free download. Please download it, read it. It's a beautifully written book. The secular nature of the Jain philosophy. He's given a little bit of economics background. Why? Because he came from a PhD economics background. So he had to do it interdisciplinary. So that one little chapter is about the economics of knowing the pure soul. It's a very, very nicely done book. That book is very close to our heart. And we have studied from him Samay-sar and corrected our understanding in many, many, many ways. And as every lecture I go for his 25 years ago, oh, it will be a eureka. Oh, this fallacy is gone. This fallacy is gone. This fallacy is gone. And each time I feel I've touched moksha and come. I've touched moksha and come. So that
Can
has been my journey with these kind of things. Haan, bolo?
can you please repeat the name of the book, ma'am?
Pure Soul and its Infinite Treasure.
Sure, thanks.
Shobha Madam, Ram Sir, remember you all have that book? Mahindran Sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we
If
have.
possible, please get a physical copy of that book. Keep it, read it, visit it again and again, and enjoy it. Okay. So the Jina Sahasra Naam you have, no? Bhagwan has 1008 names. They are actually 1008 ways of understanding the pure soul. That's why you have Vishnu Sahasranam, Jina Sahasranam. They say it is the qualities of the Jina, it is the qualities of Vishnu. But actually, they are the qualities of the pure soul. And that is me. Okay. So, Atma is not just four bhav. Udaik bhav, Shayopshamik bhav, Shaik bhav, or the Opshamik bhav. It is the Paramparina. When you focus on this, the Odaik bhav will become mild and mild and mild, and the Kshaik bhav will become vibrant and vibrant and vibrant. But if you're worried about the Kshaik bhav and if you're worried about the Odaik bhav, then you don't understand the Paramparina. So Kshaik bhav is Keval Gyan bhav. You're worried about Keval Gyan. You're not worried about this. So it is all Udaya. It's Udaya and Bandha. Understood this finger example? Huh? If you're worried about Keval Gyan, means you're not interested in this Parinamic bhav. So your Mithyatva ka Uday hai, and you're nurturing that thought, then you're making the Mithyatva more strong. So from darkness we have come, we go back to more darkness. So this is again पाखंड. ये पाखंड हो गया. जैन होते हुए भी हम कितना ज्यादा पाखंड कर रहे हैं. They may be doing little पाखंड from the upper way, but here deep rooted way में we are doing. So this thought of pakhand is addressed through that pakhandi mat, अपना मत, पाखंडी मत. इसकी प्रशंसा नहीं करो. केवल ज्ञान का भाव आया, इसकी प्रशंसा मत करो, इसका परिचय मत करो, इसमें शंका मत करो, इसकी कांक्षा मत करो, इसकी विचिकित्सा मत करो, डाउट मत करो, इस मत की प्रशंसा मत करो, इसमें रुचि मत लो, इसकी अनुमोदना. Purida
nice, ma'am.
Mahindran sir. Purida
Very nice, ma'am.
Mahindran sir.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Don't do आ गया but अनुमोदना मत करो. इसकी अनुमोदना करो. The दृष्टि में इसको रखो. Okay. Now, in the Shastra, now they are talking about the sun example. So when they talk about the sun and the clouds and the persons down, and these examples have limitations. You should not apply it completely. When they say that sun is there means it is, so Atma में केवल ज्ञान का sun है ऐसा नहीं ले लेना. When you embrace it, only it becomes that keval gyan ka sun. It manifests. Until then, it is vain. It is all amavas ki raat. Like that. Okay, so that's why he's telling in the next paragraph that examples have limitations. So don't go by the limitations. So if you are in Mati Shrut Avastha means Vyavar se accept that. But at the same time, the potential for keval gyan is there. Accept that. This is what he's trying to say. Okay. Now, Opadik Bhav. All these Bhav that we get looking at other things is called Opadik Bhav. Upadi, Parigra related Bhav. They are not your Swabhav. Your Swabhav is the Gyata Drashta Bhav. They are all Opadik Bhav. So you are of the nature of Gyata Drashta Bhav. Now he is giving another example. Water, when it comes in contact with fire, it becomes hot. Now, what you should do to make the water cool? Now tell me, the water is cool or not? Then you'll say the water is cool. Now come on, drink that water. So potentially it is cool, but that coolness will manifest when it goes away from the heat. So likewise, the Atma is potentially only cool. But we have to go away from the heat of Raga, Dvesha, Kashai and all Opadik Bhav for that coolness of Parinamic Bhav to manifest. That process is called Samaik. That is called Pratikraman. That is called Upvas. That is the purpose of Vrat and Niyam and all that. Clear? Okay. Another example I'll give you. Water with all the dirt, with all the sand, mud, everything is there. Now, what you have to do to get the clear water? How much of dance you have to do? How much of singing you have to do? How much of bhakti you have to do to get the clear water? Come on, do something. How much of yoga you have to do? How much of pilgrimage you will do? क्या करना क्या है to get the clear water
Filter
from
it.
that?
Allow it to
Huh?
settle.
Filter it. Or,
Allow it to settle. Even by filtering, you won't get it.
yeah,
You have to allow it to settle and then filter it. So allowing it to settle is our samaik. Man vachan kaya se kuch mat karo. All the karma kashai will become upsham and then filtered kshaya. कुछ नहीं करने का नाम जैनिज्म है. I am potentially like सिद्ध भगवान, that pure potential को rejoice करना, अनुभव करने का नाम जैनिज्म है. But in the name of Jainism, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do all left, right. This is the karta buddhi. No peace, because no stillness. We don't know the value of stillness. We don't know the value of doing nothing and yet being happy. So if possible, all of you, weekly once, take a digital break, detox break, go and spend time in nature, do nothing and just remain an observer and see how easy it is or how difficult it is to remain an observer. Because सिद्ध बन करके करना क्या, observe ही तो करना है. So practice that. Take a break. Now when you take a break, oh my God, mind will say, I have to do this business, I have to do this work, I have to do that, I have to do that. So your mind only is chirping and playing, ruling over. It's a mind over the soul. And why the mind is over the soul? Because the matter is over the mind. So the mind is, now the soul is क्या बोले, वो दबा हुआ है, आत्म भाव प्रकट नहीं होता.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
take
This
periodical
simple,
breaks, take intermittent breaks.
yes, this simple, simple things like, in the next 2 hours, I will not watch TV, or today I will not watch TV. Those kind of things really makes me understand how much time we are wasting. And also it gives a confidence that, hey, once we decide that we don't want to do, we can stick to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. What you told is right in one way, but don't even attempt to tell I will not watch TV. Tell I will read a book for 3 hours. Because the mind wants to be engaged, no? So engage the mind in Shubh Bhav. But if you tell don't watch my TV means double it will want.
Yeah, we'll do
It's a
something
rebel.
else.
It's a rebel, the child in us, the child ego. You're tackling that ego. So the male, that ego will tell, no. Who are you to tell me not to do? I will do it. Then we do binge eating and we do binge watching. You understand binge eating?
Yeah, I understand. So instead of
You just
approaching,
try to tell the Kashai, don't do this, means the Kashai will say, who are you to tell me? I will do. Because all along, since Anadi Kal, we have nurtured that Kashai mind. We have pampered it so much. You've pampered your child and suddenly you tell the child, I will not give this. It will become violent. So don't even touch that ego. Let it do what it is doing. You focus on the brighter things, on the right things that you are. That unfathomable energy is there in me. Work on that. This energy will become subsided and then it will fade up. It's the psychology part. It's all psychology.
Yes, instead of approaching negatively, approach positively. I will do this so that get the
Yes,
mind
yes.
engaged in the right place.
Sometimes this way, sometimes that way, you know. So इसलिए क्या करना, व्रत नियम लेना बहुत बड़ी बात है. Now tell your mind that this is Bhagwan's agya and you have to be in this vrata today. So take a vrata, take a niyama. Now if the mind tells you do this, hey, Bhagwan is watching, Sakshi Bab, stop. Then only the mind will understand. Otherwise it won't understand. Who are you to tell me? I will do what I want to. All kinds of things will happen. Okay, chalo.
Ma'am,
So,
we talk about accepting challenges. Okay, but I think one of the biggest and arduous challenges that we all face, but probably many of us don't accept, is taking up the challenge of staying inactive.
Very good. That is the bottom line.
Yeah.
है ना, that is the biggest challenge. और ये challenge कोई महावीर का बच्चा ही ले सकता है. महावीर ही ये काम, महावीरता का काम है ये.
Because I have seen it, you know, when I just try to be inactive even for 10 minutes, how difficult it is. You know, I personally on weekends, I'm just trying to take up those challenges. But yes,
Okay.
it is difficult.
I will say one thing. To be inactive and yet to be spiritually active is a 7th Gunasthan onward state. है ना? And we are attempting that 7th standard ka paper in our 1st standard. No. Don't. First of all, go from gross to subtle. Go from kaya, vachan, then man. काया को इनएक्टिव करने का नाम है आसन, प्राणायाम. एंड देन वचन से मौन का प्रैक्टिस. एंड देन द chirping of the mind is happening. Now you observe it. You understand?
Yes.
So as you do the yoga, the dhyan should happen. And through dhyan, the yoga gets modified. Man, vachan, kaya get modified. You understand?
Yes, please.
So dhyan and yoga are not two different things in Jainism. As you do dhyan, the quality of your man, vachan, kaya get modified. And when these qualities of the man, vachan, kaya get modified, your dhyan becomes more subtle and subtle and subtle.
Sure.
So begin with asana and pranayam and निर्णय में ये करो कि I am not the doer of asana and pranayam, I am only a knower and seer. खाली बोलने से नहीं होगा, ये व्यवहार में उसको करना पड़ेगा. You have to experience it.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks.
Clear?
Yeah.
है ना, खाली हम बोलते कुछ है, करते कुछ है. That is, I mean, two directions. We are talking this direction, but we are moving in this direction. So we are actually going away from moksha. We have to go here, but we are moving here. So if you're talking means accordingly. All Tirthankars, what they did, do that. How they are sitting, sit like that. How they fasted, fast like that. How they meditated, learn to meditate. So Tirthankar Bhagwan's life is like an open book. Observe, observe, observe. इसलिए निरखो अंग अंग जिनवर के. Beautiful bhajan is there. Read it. Listen to it. Okay. हाँ. So सदाकाल आत्मा का स्वभाव केवल ज्ञान, बट शक्ति रूप में केवल ज्ञान, व्यक्ति रूप में नो केवल ज्ञान. व्यक्त means manifestation में mati shrut is there. So what I will say is silent your mati shrut. See, I'll tell you one thing. Again, I've told all this in my Shrut Gyan lecture. See, listen to me carefully. We all have mati shrut jnana. But because of the mithyatva, it is in the wrong direction. So it is called mati agnan, shrut agnan. And when you get samyak darshan, this mati and the shrut become right. And in that rightness, the keval gyan swabhav is constructed and experienced and worked upon and manifestation happens. So keval gyan is the fruit. We don't have it right now. Avdhi, Man, Paryav have no role for Mokshamarga. What remains is Mati, Shrut. Now this Mati and Shrut are in the wrong direction. How to make them right? So listen, in our Mati, what is Mati Gnan? The sense object contact is called the knowledge that you have through sense object contact is called Mati. Like for example, my hand coming in contact with the bottle, the bottle will not have Mati Gnan. It is my Gnan, but when I touch the bottle, I get the sense of the smell, touch. You know, what touch it is, what color it is, etc., etc. So Mati has happened. Now, I told you earlier, you have three types of Naya: Artha Naya, Gnana Naya, and Shabda Naya. So, Shabda say I said bottle. So, your Gyan constructed the bottle. Artha say you understood what is the purpose of this bottle. At the same time, in my Gnan, this bottle ka image came. केवल ज्ञान में लोकालोक image is coming. In my Gnan, this bottle ka image is coming. Ye bottle is not me, I am that Gyan. Today this bottle has come, tomorrow this pen will come. So in my Gnan, some or the other Gay is coming and going, coming and going. They are par, I am Swa. So when you work on that Swa Gnan Swabhav, then it manifests into Keval. And all the avaran on it will go. And in this Gnan, the whole Lokalok reflect hoye, jitna potential is there in one Gyan ki Paryay. Potential is there, but you have not worked on that potential. Like all Indians can become the Prime Minister, President of India, but nobody is working on that way. Only 1 in millions will work on that way and become the Prime Minister and President. It's same like this. Even though the Constitution gives us the right to be the Prime Minister, President, we are not encashing it. So it's as good as not having it. But anybody who will become is because of the potential of being an Indian citizen, Indian passport, only he will become. Likewise, every Jeev has the right to become Siddha Bhagwan, but how many will realize their pure potential of the Gnan Swabhav and work on it and manifest it completely is a long journey in itself. Understood? Huh? So how Keval Gnan is there, Shakti Roop mein, but until and unless you realize it, it is not there. Okay, so Keval Gyan Anur. Next, third point, Ragadi Bhav, page number 195. So he's telling that Rag and all are not in me. Yes, Dravya Apeksha, Gun Apeksha are not there in the Atma. But Paryay mein, see, I told you two things, Jnanadhara and Ragadhara. Both are there in all Sansari Jeev. Jnanadhara, Ragadhara. But for Kevali Bhagwan, it is only Jnanadhara. And for Mithya Drishti, it is only Ragadhara. But a Samyak Drishti will have a mixture of both. But he knows to differentiate between both. And if he doesn't know to differentiate, he assumes that he doesn't have the Ragadhara, but he's actually in the Ragadhara. Samajh mein aa gaya? Right? Again, I will repeat. Rag and Gyan is there in all Jeev, Sansari Jeev. But for Mithya Drishti, it is always Ragadhara, Karmadhara, Kashaydhara. But for a Samyak Drishti, it will be a mixture of both. And for Kevali Bhagwan, it is only Jnanadhara. They have eliminated the Ragadhara by realizing the pure potential of the Gnan and remaining in the Gnan Swabhav, Gyayak Bhav. Now there is no Rag Bhav. So the Gyandhara became, first it was like a small spring, then it became a big Ganges river, and then became a mighty ocean. इसको बोलते हैं विज्ञान घन, आनंद घन. घन हो गया, thick water, ज्ञान 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 ज्ञान. Now nothing will disturb its dhara. You know? So from the Dravya Apeksha, Gyan is there in all Jiva, Sansari or Siddh. Even Mithya Drishti, even Abhavi, even Butcher, even terrorist, all are having the Gyan dhara. But that Gyan is working in the wrong way, Agyan way mein. And it thinks by doing rag, it will get the Gyandhara. And he says that rag is not in me, rag is not in me. So usko के समय सार का क्या बोले नशा हो गया है, बट रियल समय सार समझ में नहीं आया, तो वो मिथ्या दृष्टि मिथ्यात्व रिमेन्स इंटैक्ट. Okay, so in the Samaysar Kalash, it is told कि ragadi are all bhav karma and nobody is the creator of these, है ना? But actually ये कार्य है, rag is a कार्य and the karan is mithyatva, agyan, ignorance of the pure nature. So jeev and karma prakriti, there is only nimit naimetik sambandh between them. Now karma are all achetan. Achetan means they are not living consciousness. They are all jad. They are material. They are matter. Okay. So the jeev thinks I am not the doer of karma. Yes, it is true. Then if you're not the doer of rag, then why are you eating? Why are you enjoying? No rag is there. No. Why you're doing? That means rag is there. So only you're talking. So only you're doing. So only you're eating. So only you're going here and there. But Siddha Bhagwan are not going anywhere. No. Why you are going? Like all these kind of questions will come up. So they are all achetan. So who is the doer of this rag? So in a way, jeev is the doer of rag. In a way, the jeev is not the doer of rag. When it understands that it is the doer of gyan swabhav, and remains in it, then the rag swabhav will eliminate. Vitragata will come. But he is not doing that work, and he's only simply saying that I'm not the doer of rag, I'm not the doer of rag, means he's got a terrible disorder. है ना? Physical disorder, mental disorder से भी ज़्यादा खतरनाक है spiritual disorder. Okay? चलो. Understood, Chetan? Bhav karma will follow the Chetana. Chetana ke bina nahi hota. So the jeev, I'll tell you one thing. Kund Dev wrote 3 great texts. Samaysar, Pravachansar, Niyamsar. Even though Panchastika and other books I'm not talking about. So in Samaysar, he says that Atma is not the doer of Rag Dvesh. It is a doer of the Param Parinamik Bhav, Gyayak Bhav, etc. But the same author in Pravachansar, he says that when you are not experiencing the pure soul, you are the doer of Rag Dvesh. You, matlab the jeev, is the doer of Rag. The same author in 2 books, he is giving 2 contradictory statements. They appear contradictory, but when you apply the Naya, you understand that from the Shuddha Nishchay point of view, Atma is Trikal, Dhruv, Param, Parinamik, Bhav. It is clear water. But it did not work on its clear water. So all the sand, dust of Bhav Karma, Dravya Karma came and settled. Since Anadi Kal, it is found in this state. So if I have to eliminate the mud and all, I have to realize that I am that clear water. Potentially. And then all the sand and dust of the karma and kashai will settle first and then eliminate. Upsham and then kshai. Okay. So ragadi bhav are there in the jeev. In a way they are not there. So he remains pramadi. Right? He says the rag is not there in me, but he continues to nurture the rag. This is double pramad. Pramad plus mithyat. Pramad plus mithyatva. And he considers that it is the dosha of karmas and he is nirdosh. Then he is in a terrible state of illusion. He is deluded. Okay. So, and he says that rag is happening because of karma. Then here in Samaysar Kalash, it is told that Shuddha Gnan se rahit andha buddhi. We are blinded. We are all spiritually blinded. You know, we have not yet awakened. Abhi hum jage nahi hai, soye hue hain. So such people cannot cross the ocean of delusion. With such a mindset, you cannot cross the ocean of delusion. This is told in Samaysar Kalash 221. Then in Sarva Vishuddha Gnana Adhikar, They say Atma is akarta and karma is the thing that is doing all the kashai and karma and vishay and vasana and everything. If you talk like this, then this is like the Sankhya philosophy telling us, you all know Sankhya philosophy, which talks about Prakriti and Purush. And they say it's the Prakriti that is doing everything, the Purush is not doing anything. So this kind of philosophical understanding is in a way right, in a way wrong. So you have got the wrong faith, and yet you believe that you have got the right faith. So that is Nishchaya Bhasi Mithya Drishti ka Lakshan. Then in Samesar it is told that Varnadi and Ragadi. Varna refers to body and material things. Rag refers to the Bhav Karma. All these are separate from the Atma. And Atma is what it is. You're saying correctly, but are you experiencing that Atma as it is? No. Then we are in state of Mithya. Okay. So all these rag and all is happening because of Aupadik Bhav. And Shri Guru is telling us to give up the rag. है ना? रागादि को पर का मानकर. See, राग is पर का बोल करके स्वच्छंदी नहीं बनना. मन मानी आए वैसे राग करते रहो, करते रहो, करते रहो. For example, you all know I talk about Tridha, my little one. So rag है ना? But at the same time, understanding that rag is separate, I am separate. Rag is rag. It is happening. But it is separate, I am separate. That understanding should be clear in my mind, but that doesn't give me the liberty to keep doing the rag. That doesn't give me the liberty to keep doing that rag. My bhav should be that sooner or later I have to overcome this bhav also. Ek ho gaya nishchay, ek ho gaya vyavhar. If my nishchay ka nishchay is right, this rag will not bother me. But if my nishchay ka nishchay is not there, that real vyavhar of eliminating the rag completely will not happen. Clear? है ना? तो निश्चय है कि नहीं है तो भाव भी वैसा ही होना चाहिए ना. So you won't believe, I just told my children, Namu and Tapas and all of these people. I don't know if I told you or not. After Diwali, we are meeting now only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We did not
First
meet
class.
last week, right?
No.
Just give me 1 minute. I'm wanted 1 second. Give me one. You all chit chat.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Jain Padmapriya ji.
You need to come into this class, triggering me again actually. Thank you.
No problems. Good that we can see you again. Good to connect.
Thank you. Jai Jinendra, everyone.
Janendra.
Jai Jinendra Padmapriya, it's been a long time since we heard from you.
Jai Jinendra Shobha ma'am. Yes.
What happened to you?
Lot of personal issues, so I'm back again now.
Good. Welcome back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe last semester, from the beginning of this semester, I'm not connected, so now I'm back. Thank you.
Good.
Hello. Chalo. So, where was I? Diwali.
Yes, ma'am.
See, the more I'm doing all these things with like the practices and the yogic practices, the fasting practices, the swadhyay practices, I called up Namu and Tapas when they came to give the Diwali gifts. Right? I told them, please, from now onwards, don't get anything from me. No bed sheets, no saris, no dresses, no gifts. Why? Because when I die, the first thing people will do is throw my body. Second thing they'll do is throw all the things. So why I should give you that work? I'll only do that work, no? You understand what I'm trying to say? So मेरा पहला मनोरथ कि वह दिन धन्य होगा जब आरंभ परिग्रह कम होगा. That spirit, that bhav, that manorath propels me to tell like this. I'm not making a show of what I told. I'm only trying to teach you the application of Jainism that I follow for my betterment, not for anybody else's. And then my son-in-law said, Ma, why are you talking like this? हम लोग किसके ऊपर लाड जताएंगे? You do so much for us. So it's our duty also to do something. I said, if you really want to do something, give your time. Listen to all this. Take all this from me. I don't want anything else. I want you to evolve on the spiritual ladder. And I don't want you to be down and you pull me also down. We all are here on a great journey. So we all have to work towards that. I just tried to make them realize that. And then my son-in-law has joined this, our bilingual group, Paramagam group.
Nice, ma'am. I can just say I can see my mom talking here, ma'am.
How?
This is the exact word she had told us when on one of those occasions. She said, "Now, if you want to give me anything, give me your time. That's all."
Yes.
So, and
That's
her
all.
inclination was to bring us on this journey as well.
So instead of pampering children with material goods, pamper them with your valued time so that they learn to value time and the higher things.
Yeah.
That is the biggest gift you can give to your children. Everything else they will work out. And how to be materially strong and how to earn and how to enjoy everything, they know it. है ना? काम भोग बंद कथा सब जीव जानता है.
Yeah.
है ना? Spend time with them, sit with them, tell them stories. Even if they don't like it, keep telling them. क्लास लगाओ, सबकी क्लास लगाओ, अपनी भी और दूसरों की.
Yeah.
है ना? Like what happened with me, मैंने अपनी क्लास लगाई. Hey Jeev, then what Jainism have you learned? What Krambad have you learned? Clear? है ना?
Thank you.
Okay. So like that, you have to learn about this raga adi, so many things they are told. Please read it line by line. And then the fourth thing, one example they are giving, that supposing your child has to get married and you say, there are two things he's talking about, buddhi purvak, abuddhi purvak. Buddhi purvak, abuddhi purvak. Buddhi means where you have to apply your mind. Abuddhi means without application of the mind, things happen in a natural way. There also some application of mind is there, but that application is not so very buddhi purvak. सहज में हो जाता है ना? For example, to fix an alliance for your child, you have to apply your mind, no? So much of mind you have to apply, whether this will be correct, that will be correct, or here it will be correct, or this time is correct. So much you apply. After the fixing of the alliance, now will you break your head to fix the pandit and the venue and all? No, it happens. It happens automatically. Same way, break your mind to crack the nut of mithyatva, to break the Gordian knot of mithyatva. Then other things sahaj mein ho jata hai. Vrat, tap, niyam, charitra, everything will fall in place. But we don't worry about this, and we are worried about, oh, my charitra, when this kashai will go, when this will happen, when keval gyan will happen, all those kind. That is a bigger rag. That is a bigger dvesh that we have on our pure soul. You understand? When we don't apply the buddhi in bhed vigyan. So what they are telling over here is that after the child is born, so vivah adi karne mein, shadi mein, you have to apply the buddhi. And अबुद्धि पूर्वक भवितव्य है. पुत्र का अर्थ ही विवाह आदि का तो उद्यम करे, भवितव्य स्वयं हो तब पुत्र होगा. पुत्र होने का. Now after marriage the child has to be born, right? So if a person is not able to conceive, then he has to again break his head, go to the doctor, go to the vaidya, do something to get the child. So buddhi लगाएगा. But after the child is born, है ना, अबुद्धि पूर्वक पुत्र भवितव्य. तो now without applying the mind, he is telling जब होगा, बच्चा लिखा है तो हो जाएगा, नहीं तो नहीं होगा. You understand? It is like one example I'll tell you. Two people are devotees of Shiva. One person is a devotee of Shiva, and every time Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, he keeps doing. So, but he's a poor man. So Parvati tells to Shiva, look, that devotee of yours is always taking your name. Why don't you give him some wealth? Why don't you make him comfortable in the material world? So Shiva says, it is not there in his bhagya. It is not there in his bhagya. Then Parvati says, show me how it is possible. So as that person was going on a pilgrimage, Shiva keeps some gold coins on the path for that person to pick it up and become rich. Gold coins or diamonds or whatever it is. But this person, no, he picks it up and he thinks it is a diamond shining kind of thing. He thinks it's a glass piece and he throws it out. He throws it out. So Shiva says, look, Parvati, you said I should do something for him. I did for him, but it is not there in his bhagya. What happened? In the same way, we have got this precious Dinvani. But if it is not there in our bhagya, we will use it to keep this mithyatva intact. And we'll remain that poor man always. Even though we have the potential to become rich. But the karmas, then we blame the karmas. We don't blame our ignorance. We don't blame our short-sightedness. You know, that our intellect, our gyan, no, this is our vakrata. This is our jadta.
For us, we are bringing that ratna. For us, we are bringing that ratna and keep it in locker, man. Not even using it.
Correct. That is all our gyan, no? We keep taking quotes and we keep saving in our mobile. We keep saving in our books. So I will suggest, close all the books, close all the things. Start living what you have been reading and doing it. And at least if not for 24 hours, 1 hour a day, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. है ना, इसलिए पंडित जी sang that bhajan so beautifully, you know, दो घड़ी निज नाथ के नजदीक में आओ. So just yesterday or something, you know, I just went to bed and I was telling, wo do ghadi. Then my husband is telling, in the dream you were telling do ghadi. I said, not in the dream, really I was telling do ghadi. That was when that assignment incident happened, you know, wo do ghadi kab aayegi. So merely singing about that do ghadi won't come. You have to work on it. You have to work for it. Then that
What is this do ghadi, ma'am?
Do ghadi means 48 minutes. That bhajan is there, no? दो घड़ी निज नाथ के नजदीक में आओ, अपनी प्रभुता देख लो, बाहर ना भरमाओ. Note down these lines and that bhajan is there on the YouTube. So beautifully Panditji sings it. It is written by him. So many times I must have heard it. But now through my yogic practices and asana and pranayam and all these things, I'm working towards that do ghadi. So when that do ghadi has to come, let it come. I am that pure soul, that rejoice and that experience should become vibrant. Then that do ghadi will come. Okay, antar muhurat. Do ghadi means antar muhurat. Okay, so now in Samay, very quickly I'll finish. In Samay they say that Atma is neither pramat nor apramat. It is the pure soul, Gyayak Bhav as it is. You know? So this is the Shuddha Bhav. Now listen to me carefully. Here, see here, gold and the goldness and the pure gold. The pure gold is there in the gold. The pure gold qualities are there. But now that gold is mixed with all the alloy. So yet you call that gold as pure with the impurities. So dravya ki apeksha gold गुण की अपेक्षा गोल्ड, स्वभाव पर्याय of gold, but in the vibhav state. Right? So likewise, the pure soul is pure from the dravya point of view, gun point of view, paryay point of view. But in the paryay, it is not experiencing the gnan swabhav and it is experiencing the shubh ashubh bhav. So then that is impure paryay, with the possibility of the dravya gun and paryay intact. So itna apeksha se it is shuddha and ashuddha, shuddha shuddha. Relatively shuddha, relatively ashuddha. But the person who is talking that I am Shuddha only, he's removed the word relatively and he remains in Nishchayabhas. So Ashuddhapana remains, Aupadik Bhav remains. So how much Aupadik Bhav is there, how much Rag Dvesh is there, that much of impurity is there even for Samyak Drishti, Shantinath, Kuntunath, Aratnath, Bharat Chakravarti, all of them. They have understood the Shuddhapana, but they are not putting it to practice. The vratas they are not able to take, and the niyam they are not able to take and absorb in the pure soul. So that much of ashuddhi is there for them also. Okay, but the dravya is trikal shuddha. The gold is gold, whether it is in the mines or whether it is in the jewelers, kya bole, bhatti furnace, or whether it is on your neck, it is gold. But that gold which is with all the impurities cannot have the bhagya of becoming a crown. Right? All the impurities have to go. And how the impurities will go? Through meditation, fire of meditation, to the fire of Bhed Vigyan. And our fire is like 1 minute that fire will come, 23 hours it is blown out. Again, 1 second the fire will come, then it is blown out. So it should become akhand. So you have to understand the samast karta karma karak निर्मल अनुभूति अभेद ज्ञान तन मात्र है, उससे शुद्ध है, शुद्ध शब्द का अर्थ जानना. सो परम पर भाव से वेरी ब्यूटिफुल वर्ड, केवल निहि केवल, पेज नंबर 200. केवल पर भाव से भिन्न निह केवल आप ही. निह मीन्स जैसे बोलते हैं ना, क्या बोलेंगे, निह मीन्स विदाउट. पर भाव से भिन्न कंप्लीट केवल ज्ञान. निह कंप्लीट केवल ज्ञान है, उसी का नाम केवल ज्ञान लेना, and not in another way. When that jnana swabhav is manifested completely, minus all the avaran, then it is keval jnana, not otherwise. पर्याय अपेक्षा शुद्धपना मानने से, अपने को केवली मानने से. So from the paryay point of view, Shuddha, Ashuddha, both the paryay are there, but you go with the Ashuddha paryay and you consider yourself a Shuddha paryay, that is wrong. And so, केवली मानने से महाविपरीतता होती है. इसलिए अपने को, इसलिए understand reality from the dravya point of view, from the paryay point of view. है ना? द्रव्य में, now listen, very important line. द्रव्य से see the सामान्य ज्ञान स्वभाव. And in paryay, see the avastha vishesh, that whether it is ragdhara or gyandhara. Okay, so with this I will stop. So यहाँ तक Friday class में भी कराया था, आप लोगों को भी करा दिया. That's it for today. So mark this page 200. We'll continue from. So I'll request you all to read from page number 200 up to 213. And you all try to teach one page. Listen to some pravachan on one page and prepare your notes. Come and share those points. That's it for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jinvani Stuti
Thank you,
first.
ma'am.
हे जिनवाणी भारती, तो है जपू दिन रैन, जो तेरी शरणा गहे, सो पावे सुख चैन। जावाणी के ज्ञान में सूझे लोकालो। सो वाणी मस्तक नम सदा देत मोह। जय जिनेन्द्र।
Jai
Jai
Jinesh.
Jai
Jai.
Jinendra.
Jai
Thank you, ma'am.
Jinendra.
So, ma'am, if I
Ma'am,
can
Jai Jinendra.
summarize from today's discussion, if I say that this is all a process of intense cleaning of impurities, would that sound right?
Yes, correct. Correct. All of you, please put the fine points on the WhatsApp group for others to reflect and understand. Do
Yep.
dharm dalali.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Anybody else? Shobha madam, you want to say something?
No, ma'am, I just
I have a
remembered this
conclusion.
story of Krishna, Durvasa, and Rukmani when you were talking about, the bhav. Durvasa is a rishi with a lot of anger. He comes
Shakuntala.
but he comes to Krishna and Rukmani's home, and at the outskirts, he sends a message that I've come to your house for lunch, kind of thing. So Rukmani gets flustered, scared about this Durvasa. So she prepares the lunch and everything. But she wants to take it before he gets angry before time. And as she goes, she finds river Yamuna in full spate. So she asks Krishna, how do I cross this river? So Krishna says, you go and tell Yamuna, the one who has never had any sensual pleasures, he has sent me to cross you. So she says, who is that? He says, tell her that I have sent you, but say it in these words. So Rukmani is thinking that where he had some 16,000 gopikas and things like that, where is he without sensual pleasures? Anyway, she obeys him and she goes to Yamuna, and Yamuna parts and she goes in. And when she goes, Durvasa is fed on time and everything. But then when she wants to come back, she says, how am I going to come back? So Durvasa says, please tell her the one who is always hungry has sent you to go home. So she says, I just fed him and he says he is always hungry. So anyway, she goes and the river parts and she comes back. So she asks Krishna, what is this tamasha you're doing with me, kind of thing? He says, I may have had thousands of gopikas, but it is all with detachment. And Durvasa also, he has eaten, but his mind is not in his food, but that is the detachment kind of thing. So when you were saying this story came to me. I thought I'll tell you at the end of it.
The same story we tell like this, the gopis, they have to go to the other side of the river and feed the sannyasis. And they ask Krishna that, how will we go? So Krishna says that that if Krishna is a brahmachari, give the way. And they all believe, and the river gives them the way. And they go and feed the sannyasis, and then they ask the sannyasis, how are we to go back? The sannyasis say that tell the river that if the sannyasis have not eaten any food, give us the way. And the river gives the way. And now the gopis are not perplexed. They understand that Krishna, even though he is he's enjoying with everybody, he's a brahmachari. And the sannyasis have eaten from the Vyavahar point of view, Paryay point of view, but from the Nishchay point of view, the Dravya has not consumed anything. So that kind of points are there. So even though a person is in a Brahma, he can be in Brahmacharya. And even if a person is in Brahmacharya, he can be in a Brahma.
Yeah.
State.
Ma'am, thanks for the lecture, ma'am. So one question on the CCJ and also the LCPS. So currently the Parmagam has changed the how do we write the CCJs? So can we, some of us who wants to use the new options, Like instead of writing 2, 3, 5 pages, if we write 10, 20 points on each subject, that also constitute CCJ. Can we use that option, ma'am?
Then continue. I'm listening.
Yeah. So I'm asking whether we can use that option, ma'am.
See, LCPA and all your this thing is between you and you only.
Oh, yeah.
We have got nothing to do with it. It's just a system that tries to help you in the best possible way. How you want to help yourself, you can take a call.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. That's what I
You
just
can
want to
take a
confirm.
call. If
Yes.
somebody wants to do 5 pages, you can do 5 pages. Somebody
Yes,
wants
yeah.
to do 5 points, do 5 points.
Yeah.
But post it on time, you get the full mark.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a confusion. Sonal here, ma'am.
Bolo, Sonal.
So the abhyas is for mithyatva or for samyak drishti?
Which one?
Any abhyas, the abhyas, when we are talking of abhyas, who has the abhyas?
Your question is not so clear.
So a mithya drishti is a abhyasi anyway, no, ma'am?
See, mithya drishti is doing the abhyas of mithyatva. And a samyak, to be samyak drishti, wants to come out of the mithyatva. For that, he has to do the tattva nirnay ka abhyas. He's done the tattva nirnay that I am jeev tattva. Now do the abhyas of that jeev tattva, no? Remain a knower and seer, that is only charitra. Then that mithyatva will go. So mithya darshan, gnan, charitra, they are not 3 different things. There are 3 ways of looking at the same thing. Sonal, you can switch off your video if you want and talk, or you remain steady and talk. Have I answered your question?
Okay.
So both
Not
are doing
very-
the abhyas. No jeev, abhyas means pursharth. No jeev is without pursharth.
Okay.
Even that little seed is doing a pursharth. जो सहज में हो रहा है.
Okay.
No jeev in this whole universe is without pursharth. Either the pursharth is in the right direction or wrong direction. So for mithya drishti, even if he's doing the right things, he's doing it the wrong abhipraya, so wrong abhyas.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, is there a difference between abhas and abhyas?
Yeah. Abhas. Abhas means tonadal. Abhyas means practice. எனக்கு தோணுது. Yeah, I have got the right understanding, but no.
So abhas is only for a samyak drishti, ma'am.
Abhas can be for both. Both. जब तक ये आभास नहीं जाएगा, सम्यक दर्शन नहीं होगा. All kinds of abhas, fallacies have to go. Then the real सम्यक दर्शन will happen. सम्यक दृष्टि को आभास नहीं होता है. सब आभास निकलता है तो सम्यक दर्शन होता है. I think you asked about abhas, but I heard abhyas.
Abhas.
So abhas happens for a mithya drishti. But after all the application of Jinmani has happened, all the abhas is gone. Now the right understanding is dawned. Then he has become a samyak drishti. So he will have no abhas.
Okay.
No abhas is no mithyatva.
Okay.
Bas khatam. Okay, I have to get going. Thank you, Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we meet at 4:30
Yes.
or 4 o'clock. Saurabhji, 4 o'clock?
Whichever way, I don't mind. 4 o'clock is fine with me.
4 o'clock, I think, is better because 4:30 hinges on the. I have to rush halfway.
Yes. Yeah, if everybody's fine, we can start at 4.
Yeah. We'll start at 4 then. Huh?
Yep.
Everybody is not answering, so I'll represent everybody and say 4 o'clock.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay. Parasji,
We'll get
Rita,
started. We'll get started and see how everybody's
yeah,
placed.
whoever. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Bharatji, 4 o'clock.
I'm fine too.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jain.